Have you ever held a Jefferson nickel from 1990 in your hand and thought it was just an ordinary 5-cent coin? Well, think again. What might look like just another nickel in your pocket change could actually be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Today, we're exploring the history, design, value, and rare varieties of the 1990 Jefferson nickel, and why this coin is far more fascinating than many people realize. The Jefferson nickel has been a part of American coinage since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, it features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the author of the Declaration of Independence. On the reverse is his iconic Virginia home, Monticello, symbolizing Jefferson's architectural talent and legacy. By 1990, this design had already been in circulation for over 50 years, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. The obverse of the coin carries the familiar inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1990. Jefferson's portrait dominates the face, though over the decades, minor design modifications had been made to sharpen details. On the reverse, Monticello is prominently displayed with the inscriptions Monticello, 5 cents, United States of America, and E pluribus unum. Now, at first glance, most 1990 Jefferson nickels are worth only their face value of 5 cents. They were minted in massive quantities, over 1.1 billion combined from Philadelphia and Denver. With such high mintage, they are very common in circulation even today. However, the real excitement comes from rare mint errors, proof strikes, and coins in exceptional condition. These can transform a simple nickel into a small fortune. One of the most important things to understand about the 1990 Jefferson nickel is condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with mint state MS coins being those that show no signs of circulation. Because nickels are made of a copper-nickel alloy, they tend to show wear, scratches, and discoloration quickly. Finding a 1990 Jefferson nickel in pristine, flawless condition is difficult, which makes high-grade examples very valuable. For instance, coins graded MS-67 or MS-68 by PCGS or NGC can sell for hundreds of dollars, and in some cases, close to $1,000. Then, there are the proof coins. In 1990, the San Francisco Mint produced proof Jefferson nickels with mirror-like finishes for collectors. These were sold in proof sets rather than being released into circulation. A standard proof may sell for just a few dollars, but a perfect grade PR70 deep cameo example can fetch $100 or more. Collectors of modern proofs are willing to pay premiums for flawless coins. Error coins are where the real money lies. Mint errors occur when something goes wrong in the production process, and these mistakes create coins that are unique and highly desirable. For the 1990 Jefferson nickel, several types of errors are known to exist. For example, off-center strikes, where the design is not properly centered, can be worth anywhere from $50 to $500 depending on how extreme the error is. Double-struck nickels, where the coin receives two impressions from the dies, are even more valuable. Another fascinating error involves wrong planchets. Occasionally, a Jefferson nickel was struck on a planchet meant for another denomination. For example, some nickels were mistakenly struck on a penny planchet, making them smaller, thinner, and copper-colored. These errors are extremely rare and can sell for thousands of dollars at auction. Imagine finding a 1990 nickel that actually looks like a penny. That's the kind of rarity collectors go crazy for. Another variety worth mentioning is full-step nickels. On the reverse of the Jefferson nickel, Monticello's steps are visible at the base of the building. Because of striking pressure and die wear, the steps are often weakly struck, appearing blurry or incomplete. But when a coin has full, sharp, distinct steps, known as full steps, it becomes significantly more valuable. Collectors pay high premiums for full-step nickels, and a 1990 Jefferson nickel with full steps in high grade can sell for hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars. Now, let's talk about the history behind this year. The 1990s marked a period of transition in American coinage. The U.S. Mint was preparing for new designs, innovations, and technological improvements in die making. Yet, the Jefferson nickel continued unchanged, carrying a design that had lasted for decades. This makes the 1990 issue a part of that bridge between older styles and the more modern coinage that would come later in the decade and early 2000s. Auction records highlight the hidden value of the 1990 Jefferson nickel. For instance, a 1990 D nickel graded MS-67 full steps has sold for over $1,000. Error coins, like those struck off-center or on the wrong planchet, have brought in anywhere from $500 to $3,000 depending on rarity and condition. These results show that while the vast majority of 1990 nickels are only worth a few cents, a lucky few are worth a fortune. So how do you know if your 1990 Jefferson nickel is valuable? Here are some tips. 1. Check the condition. If it looks nearly flawless, it might be worth grading. Even small scratches or wear can make a big difference in value. 2. Look at the reverse. Examine Monticello's steps carefully. If all the steps are clear and complete, you may have a full steps nickel, which is worth far more.